Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Nine wives, nine wives. Click the link. Click the link. I just got to finish listening to a video on Fight Hype with Lance Pugmire, and he said that it's done. He think it's done as it pertains to. This is Bob Arum speaking as it pertains to Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. Um, um, it's done. So um, April 30th, he said it's the same day as the NFL draft. So it's going to be jam packed in Vegas. You're going to have people from all, I mean, teams, they got 32, 30 teams. So it's going to be a real festive time. Probably not as big as the first weekend of March Madness, but I'm pretty sure it'll be a festive time. So, um, you know, I was listening to, I read Shakur Stevenson's quote, and he says, I got to do me. I'm gonna stay in my own lane. I heard Timothy Bradley say he's never seen racism. Um, I heard um, um, what else? Who else did I hear? Rashid Ali, and I've heard that side, and I've heard I've been locked in this room, so I think I've seen everybody's videos from morning to night, and from Drew to Trill to uh, Malachi to Champ Side and Ego. Everybody. I done watched everybody's video. Miss T's, everybody's videos, and I'm gonna disagree with y'all. Shakur Stevenson and um, what's the guy's name? Valdez is not the vaccine. Oh, I can't say that. Is not the solution, man. If 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 we are going to, I'm not gonna say we because I. You got to research the lawyer. Research the. It's in my computer down. I'll be able to pull up on screen and stuff, but research the lawyer and his history, and it'll make a lot of sense. After you read the 23-page paper, you know, research the lawyer, his firm, and you'll realize he he he's pressing on the heartbeat of the oppressed, and the oppressed people being the black people as it pertains to George Floyd. I think he purposely, I not think, I believe he uh, purposely used that language to garnish support for Terence Crawford, and uh, and you know, to push the needle for the case. Now, I'm not saying what he have experienced hasn't happened, but he's sending us mixed signals. I read the contract and I heard Terence Crawford, so he's giving us mixed signals. And truth be told, a great lawyer is going to be able to use Terence Crawford's own words against him in a court of law because that is a primary source. Um, that fight is behind me. I don't want it. I'm already a Hall of Famer. I've moved on. The lawyer say, "Did you? Is this you, Terence Crawford? Do you remember saying this on April 22nd, 2021?" And they're gonna say, "Yeah." And everyone has their own personal experiences. It's like with me. I am I am hated by many people. I am loved by many people. I am people don't give a fuck, and that comes with mm, that comes from just living your truth, man, or living your life. And I think black people gotta stop using the pros and the cons of being black. Like, we gotta root for Terence Crawford, but we gotta root for Shakur Stevenson to defeat the white man. I don't think that's the case. It's either we get our own or we're complicit with the agenda, and there is no other way. There is no there is no middle ground. There is no mediation. Um, it's not that. It's it's nothing. And it's just my opinion. I don't dislike you. It's just my opinion. And the moment I separate it from someone else's job description and what I had to do for the job is when I began to literally like see me literally blossom, um, and that was in 2007. And I don't believe that if we want to change boxing, I don't believe there's duality in um, supporting Terence Crawford and rooting for Shakur Stevenson. I think that's having a leg on each side of the fence. Don't Shakur, I mean, don't Shakur Stevenson got to say, "I'm with you, Terence Crawford"? Because, and I'm not mad at Shakur. People can make their own decisions. People got to protect their last name based on the decisions that they make, and as best they can. Um, there's no difference between what Timothy Bradley said and what Shakur Stevenson said, and I'm not mad at either one of them. Shakur Stevenson is figuring it out. Timothy Bradley is being Timothy Bradley, and I don't go to Taco Bell and order Big Macs, so I don't expect Taco Bell to be out of character. I don't expect Timothy Bradley to be out of character. I really, really don't. And I just believe that we can't be both sides. And um, like, I don't care what my experiences are or what compared to Terence Crawford's experiences or anyone's other experiences, Shakur Stevenson or um, the case may be. You got to create a coup. You got to create a team, right? It's hard to defeat a machine by yourself. See, and there are outliers, like exceptions to the rule, because boxing for me is something that I love, and it's something that has created a community. You understand what I'm saying? And the barbershop is a community, and I don't see people as a coon that disagrees with me. I don't see people as less than black or less than Mexican that disagrees with me. Um, you know, I s- we I try and raise the banter levels for the entertainment of the show, but you understand what I'm saying? It's a show, and I think the more important thing is to get people to get to their higher self. Where the hell is this video going? But I don't think there's duality. and supporting Terence Crawford and supporting Shakur Stevenson, because Shakur Stevenson is signed to Bob Arum, and Bob Arum will be promoting that fight. And Bob Arum is doing interviews, so as soon as I get out this room, I'll interview him and we'll have the conversation if he can, as best he can, And like my experiences with Bob Arum, it hasn't been that. I was the one who said, asked Bob Arum, you need what's that? You need a black ring girl. 2 weeks later, he had a black ring girl. And the reason why he responded to that, Dan Raphael was sitting right there, was because 3 years or 4 years before that, he tried to pull a Mike Coppinger on me. And I pulled up beside him, same way I did Steve Kim, the same way I did Andre Ward, same way I did Evan Korn, and the list goes on and on. I says, Bob, I'm a man just like, I can't recall what I said. It's so long ago. Basically, I told him, don't do it again. And we've had a straightforward relationship ever since. And that's my relationship with Bob, because of our open line of communication. Bob Arum knows I'm with the fans. Bob Arum 100% knows that I am advocating in the best interests of the fans. He knows I am anti-promoter. 100% knows I am anti-promoter. And that's just it. And we've had private conversations about it. But I'm going to say this. To love yourself is to know your enemy. And I don't consider Bob Arum my enemy. I don't really consider no one in boxing my enemy. It's just an information highway for me. Um, but I think the short end of it, I think I'm the odd. I think I'm the one guy out that don't believe that this is a civil rights case. I think it's Terence Crawford looking at the landscape, and I believe he has a case with what Bob Arum owes him, the money wise, but because if he had if I shouldn't say that because I don't know what he has, and the hard evidence, man. You got to come out with that hard evidence, man. You got to make this man guilty in a court of public opinion. That's why when the police ask for the information, when the public is crying to release the tape, release the tape. The reason why Kelly Swanson won't bother me because she knows I recorded the conversations. She knows I did. She don't want those recordings to come out. So she leaves me alone at this point. All I got to do is go click from private to public, and boom. They gonna leave me alone. They don't want. They don't want them. They don't want them problems. So the point I'm making is, I don't believe that this is a civil rights case. I think this is Terence Crawford who deserves the money that he is owed. And I think that was the lawyer using Terence Crawford's black skin to manipulate the people he needed to manipulate to garner attention and the empathetic emotion that goes with it. Because they use the term George Floyd, right? They use the term George Floyd. And Terence Crawford didn't have George Floyd on his trunks. He complained about it not being on the ring, but he didn't have it on his ring robe or his ring shorts in both the Kell Brook and Sean Porter fight. So if you're complaining Top Rank don't do it, you can do it. Um, so um, you know, I I wish I had my computer up here because I would be able to put the visuals next to these words. So I'm gonna be the I'm gonna be the sour apple. You know what I mean? I I think Terence Crawford's gonna get some money. I don't know how much. He's gonna get a judgment. They're gonna go to mediation. He's gonna string them out for however much money he can because if you have a firm like that, you have a full time compliance lawyer and a lawyer already with you. So it's not really costing um, Top Rank the money that is costing Terence Crawford. So he's going to string it out and string it out and string it out and string it out until he says, okay, you're free. And the costs are going to be different. So, um, and I know I know my, what I believe is different than most of the people of the videos that I watch. But it's just what I believe. It's just what I believe. And in my heart, I'm gonna say that in my heart, I can't give willfully. You gotta earn it. The adulation that I would give another fighter that would wear me on his sleeve, or that was an asset to the community in which I facilitated for the past 7 years in the barbershop, 5 6 years, however long it's been. These years are going by fast, dog. And so, you know, uh, there's a lot of fighters, from Deontay Wilder that comes in to Earl Spence called and out the blue. Gary Russell comes in once or twice a year. Mr. Haney comes in at a moment's notice. So I can't willingly give it without concrete evidence. You understand? Like if there was concrete evidence, Fred goes 1,000 miles an hour, like the Al Heyman emails. But based off of he say, she say, then we got to take a step back and say it's systemic. It's not just, and this is what we don't want to address. This is why we don't want to address the Democratic Party, and this is what we don't want to address in boxing. It is systemic. It is across the board. It is 360. It's not just in one promotional company. It's in every promotion, major promotion. That's on TV. And we have our favorites. I think fans should treat promoters what they are, business partners. You know why they're your business partner? Because you got to pay to see what they put on. Treat them as such. You're sitting across the table at them every fight. And but the only question he didn't ask was it going to be on pay-per-view. But I don't think it's going to be on pay-per-view because Canelo's coming down the pipe the next weekend. But maybe he can get that's a big fight. Shakur and Oscar. That's a sellout crowd. That's a sellout crowd at the MGM. It's gonna be a big fight. I would love to go to that. I would love to go to that fight, man. I would love to go to that fight. But my movie comes out in 2 weeks. I can't afford to get COVID again. Oh man, I can't afford to be around that many people. So, but yeah, man. So Shakur Stevenson is fighting 20-minute video. Shakur Stevenson is fighting um, what's his name? Oscar Valdez, and you know, I, you understand? And it is what it is. It's a fight, and like I said, I don't believe that we really want to change boxing. So I'm done. Like when I fought so hard, and people didn't come with me. So people wanted their relationships, and the promoters ignored it. The fighters turned it back, and so it is what it is. Um, and that's it, man. I know I disagree with shit, damn near. Uh, uh, 90% of the YouTube channels I watch. And so, I mean, disagreement don't mean disrespect. I say that all the time, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. So, barbershop conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. April 30th, Shakur Stevenson. It was on. It was on Fight Hype. It just came out about an hour ago, or less than an hour ago. So go ahead and watch it. The only thing he didn't say whether it's going to be on pay-per-view or not, but I don't think he'll take that chance without going up against Canelo. I think that he's smart not to go after Canelo. That was a great business move. That was similar to what Floyd and Al did with Conor McGregor and Floyd. They fought the last week of August because they knew they had to get some of Canelo's money, and that was smart. So, barbershop conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.